All right. So in today's class, we'll see how we can handle drop downs. Again, we have a different type of drop downs. We have a single selector drop down and multi-selector drop down, bootstrap drop down, or hidden drop down. Means the elements are hidden. So auto suggested drop down. So there are n number of types are there. So we'll see one by one. So first we will start with some basic examples, static drop downs, and then we will see other types of drop downs in multiple sessions. So today we'll focus on some basic type of drop downs. So most of the times when you look at the drop downs, you will see a selected tag. Okay, suppose if I look at this page, I have country drop down. So this is one type of drop down, and you can see this is multi-select drop down. So you can select multiple values, but here you can select only one single value at a time. And again, this is also multi-select drop down. And if I look at all these drop downs, inspect these elements and see select tag. So basically every type of drop down, we can see select tag. This is the default. And bootstrap drop downs and auto suggest drop down. So those type of drop downs, most of the times you don't see select tag. You can see a button tag, or you can see a div tag or some other tag. Okay. So we will see how we can handle such type of drop downs. First, we will start with the basic type of drop down, how to handle single selected drop down and multi-selected drop down. Okay, we'll see more number of examples so that you can practice more. I will also give some assignments on this topic you can do later. So first of all, let us start with this one, country drop down. So normally what is the action we can do on the drop down? We can simply select one of the option, right? So this is a simple action we can do. We can select the option from the drop down. And if I inspect this element, see the DOM here, select is a main tag. So this select is representing the drop down. But again, inside the drop down, you can see multiple options. And if I inspect this select, if I expand the select tag, you can see there is option tag. For every option in the drop down, is having corresponding option tag. And these option tags also having some attributes like value attribute most of the times we can see along with some label. This is actual label or visible text. So whatever you can see here, which is visible on the UI, which is a label or a visible text. And every option you can see some attribute called value. So select itself is one element, and inside this every option is one type of element. These are all elements actually, individual web elements. Okay, so most of the times we will just select one of the value from the drop down. It is allowing us to select only one value at a time. And also we can verify how many options are there in this drop down. So we can also add some assertion to verify how many options are there in this particular drop down. But before that, main important thing is how many ways we can select the option. There are three different ways in Playwright, especially there are three different ways to select an option from the drop down. So what are those ways? So one is using label. We can select the option. Label in the sense, so whatever you can see in the visible text or on the UI, these are all labels. By using label, we can select option. Another one is by value also. So if I look at the HTML, select and expand it, every option is having one value attribute. So by using this value of the value attribute, we can select option from the drop down. And the third option is by using index also, we can select the option from the drop down. So index we cannot see on the HTML. We need to just count from here. So based on the index number which we provided, we can select the option from the drop down. So these are three different ways are there. So we'll see how we can do this. Let's go back to Python and go back and create new directory for today's class. I said day 23. And inside this, I'm creating new Python file. I call it as a single selected dropdown. So the file name should start with the test underscore single select dropdown. Single selected dropdown. Okay, so as usual, first we need to import PyTest and Playwright Sync API. And after that, we'll start writing the test function. I said test def test underscore single select single underscore select underscore drop down. and we need to specify the page picture from the page class. Right. So first thing is what we need to launch our application. Page dot go to and then specify it. So this is simple page picture. Okay, so first of all, we need to get this page and dot go to, and here we need to pass the application URL. Just pass it. Okay. As I said, the different ways we can select the option from the drop down. So let us see them first. So three ways to select option from the drop. This is single selected drop down. Okay, we can select only one value at a time. After that, I will also show you how to do this in multi-selected drop down. So first option which we have is, let's say page dot locator. First we need to locate that element, and page dot, I'm not getting auto suggestions. Let us get this page from the page class. And this page class also we need to import from sync API. Okay. So now we'll get the auto suggestions, page dot locator. And here we need to capture the locator of this element first. Inspect, and there is a select option there, right? So, and there is an ID also. So by using this ID, we can easily capture. So how to use ID in selector hub? Simply say hash ID value. What is the value of ID? Country. So one element is matching. We will take the CSS to locate this element. So now we located this element, but from this we need to select an option. So to select an option from the dropdown, we have a method called dot select option method. So direct option is available. Select option. And here you can directly pass label. So what is a label? So whatever you can see on the UI, these are all labels, or else you can get it from the DOM itself. So I just want to select something called India. This is a label. The same exact label we should specify like this. And this is by label. Okay, and another way also there. Again, by using label only, but you need to just specify the keyword called label. Let's say same thing, select option. Here you can say label equal to India. And without specifying the label, by specifying the label. So both are same actually. So both are exactly same. Both are working based on the label itself. But the specifying the label keyword is optional. You can directly specify the label inside the double quotation, or else you can say label equal to India. So both are exactly same as by using label itself, we can do it. Okay. Now, so let us try this piece of code and see whether it is selecting label or not. So I'm just waiting for some time here to see the values properly selected or not. So I'm just running it. Before running, I'm setting the options, hyphen headed mode, apply, okay, and then run it. Okay, so it is started running. Launch the page. Now we can just look at the country. Now you can see India is got successfully selected. So by using label, we will able to select the option from the drop down. So the label is optional. Even if you directly provided here, this will work. And the second option which we have is using value attribute. Using value. Again, same page dot locator, same element, hash country, same method, select option, and how to specify the value, you can directly put inside the double quotes. But from where we need to get the value? So sometimes you can see the visible text here, the label and value are exactly the same sometimes. And sometimes they may be different. Okay, so most of the people think this one and this one is exactly same. Value and label is same. No, the values are actually displaying on the UI. And the value attribute is part of the option. So by using this value attribute, you can select whichever country you want. Let's say I want to select the Germany. So you need to take this one, value equal to Germany. Now I'm passing this here. You can directly pass value here. This is actually by using value attribute value. And also we can specify the keyword. So we can also specify select option here. We can use a value keyword, value equal to Germany. Anything is fine. Again, here the value is optional. So without specifying this value, you can specify the value directly in the double quotes, it will work. So let us say the first one now. So even if you don't specify the value, this is basically the value of value attribute. So both are exactly same. Let's run this now. So by using value also, we can select the option from the drop down. So I have selected Germany from the drop down. Perfect. Apart from this, we also have third option called index. So we need to provide the index. So based on the index, we will able to select the value or option. I can say page dot locator hash country is my drop down. Same method, select option. And here we need to just provide the index. But when you're providing the index, only specifying the number is not sufficient. You have to use a keyword called index. You must specify this. Index equal to, and whichever number you provided accordingly, that particular country will be selected. So this is by index. But in TypeScript, without this keyword also directly allowed, but here it is not allowing. Okay, so you need to provide index equal to some number. Accordingly, you need to count from this. You need to count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and accordingly you need to provide the index. Okay, now from the country, this is by using index, I'm selecting the option. Run this once again. Now you can see again, Germany is got selected. So let us see the index of Germany. We have provided 3, right? So what's the first option here? Can United States 1, 2, 3, 4. So index is starting from 0. This is 0, 1, 2, 3. So Germany is a third option. So here index starts from 0. We need to count from 0. So accordingly, you need to provide, yes, index start from 0. This is same in everywhere, Java, TypeScript, in everywhere it is same. Index is always starting from 0 from the drop down. So these are the 3 options are available. So you can choose whichever option you want. By using label, we can select an option. By using value, we can select an option. By passing index also, we can select the option. So most of the times we prefer the first one only, okay? Because label is directly visible on the UI. Sometimes you may not find value attribute. So in this case, you can see the value attribute for this dropdown, but sometimes you may not see the value also. Value attribute won't see sometimes in some type of dropdowns. So in those cases, you cannot use value. If you don't see this value inside the DOM, you cannot use this attribute for selection of the value in the dropdown. So that is one thing. Okay. So why value is hidden? There is no hidden actually. So value is appearing in the DOM itself. You can see that. Okay, sometimes a value won't be there. So the developer won't provide this option actually. The developer won't add any attribute for this option. In those cases, you don't see the value. It is not about hidden or not. So developers don't write this value attribute for this option sometimes. So in those cases, you cannot use it. Until unless you can see the value attribute, you cannot use it. Okay. Next. So I have shown you 3 different options. Okay, so select USA first, verify it is selected, and then select Germany again, then check if that option is selected. So in Python, especially Playwright with Python, we don't have any assertion, specific assertion for checking the option. Okay, so in JavaScript and TypeScript, we have such type of options because as soon as you selected this, you can verify that. So which option is got selected. Okay, but in Python especially, this option assertion is not provided. So which option is got selected like this? And one more reason is suppose because you are providing the option here, you are providing that option. So accordingly, that option automatically selected. So there is no assertion provided in Python to check the particular option is selected or not. But they provided only this method to select the option whichever is provided in the form of label or value or index. Okay. So the such type of assertions are not provided in TypeScript Python especially. Okay, because they provided assertions only for the UI elements. So not exact value. And you can do one thing indirectly. What you can do is, as soon as you selected this, and after that inspect this element, okay, and in the same select, and which is there, right? This is highlighting that element. So Germany is there. Anyway, ultimately cannot do this, because even if you put assertion on this option, it is always pass, right? Because this is a part of all the options, right? So we can apply visible check on this particular thing, display or not. But even if you selected or not selected from the dropdown, that visible test is always pass, because that is a part of the selected tag itself, always. So that doesn't make any sense here. So Python, especially Playwright Python, in this combination, these assertions are not supported. Okay. All right. So yeah, if you ignore the case sensitivity, these are case sensitive values, guys. Okay. Even if you pass the label values, these are all case sensitive. Exactly the same way you need to pass. If you provide any other way, it won't match. Okay. So that will throw an error. So these are the three different ways, and few more things we can do on this. This is the main activity we can do. And apart from this, we can also check number of options. As per our requirement, let's say I'm expecting 10 options should be there in the dropdown. So that I can verify. So how we can check number of options? Check number of options in dropdown. Okay, so the similar type of scenario we have seen in the previous class also. We have used one function called count, right? So that is one way we can do. We need to first count how many options are there. So another way is we will just find out total number of options. So these are all options are there, we need to count. So to count all these options, first of all, we need to capture all of them. And again, for them, we need to write proper CSS, which is matching with all these options. Okay. So let us try this. Simple. I can just inspect this element once again. And we already written one CSS for locating this dropdown. So what is that? Hash country, right? So this is the one we have written. So if I look at this, under select, all these options are available. So what are these all options are what? These are all the child elements of the selector. Child elements of the selector. So how we can capture this child elements from the select? Simply you can say greater than option. See, all elements are selected. 10 elements means that 10 options are there in this drop down. So this CSS we can use to capture all the options. So we can say page dot locator, specify the CSS, right? So what this will return? This will return all the options, drop down options, drop down underscore options. Now we can find out how many are there. We can directly put the session, or you can use dot count. But when I use dot count, again, it will return the count, but you cannot do assertion on that value, because value assertions are not there. So we can directly put assertion on this drop down options. Right. So same thing in the previous class also we have seen this. Expect and how many options we have captured. Every option is an element. And then we need to find out. So how many? It should be 10. Dot to have count. To have count 10. So this is how we can put a assertion on this. And suppose I want to get all option text. I want to print them in my console box. Apart from this assertion, I want to also capture each and every option, and I want to print them in the console window. So to get this, we already captured this options, right? Drop down options. And each and every option text I want to capture. How to capture? For example, if you have one element and I want to capture the text. So what is the method you will use? We want to capture the text of the element. What is the method? The last class we have used it actually. We want to capture the text of the particular element, text content, right? Text content method we will use. But here we have a multiple elements, then all text contents. Okay, all text content, same. So from the drop down options dot all text contents. So what this actually returns? This will return the list collection. All text contents will actually return the list collection. Now from this particular list, I want to read each and every text into a variable using for loop like this. So from this particular list, I want to read each and every text into this particular text. And after that, I want to store this text into another variable, because if the text content is in the form of a locator form, then we cannot read each and everything. So here what we are doing is we are getting all the text contents and storing into one by one into text. Okay, and that I'm going to put inside the options underscore text. So here the drop down options are what? They are just elements. From the drop down options, we are getting all the text content I'm storing into a variable. So in the last class, we have seen this kind of syntax actually. Do you guys remember? So what this syntax will do, from the all text contents, first text will be stored in the text. That again, I'm adding into another list. So another list, I can say text dot, there is a method called strip. So what is this strip method will do is, let me write properly. So text, we need to put the bracket. Okay, first let me write like this. Put the whole bracket and test dot strip. There is a method called strip for text in, then drop down options dot all text contents. So this is for loop. So this test we are going to use it here. Okay. So what exactly it will do is, from the drop down options, it will capture all the text contents in the form of list. So once the list is available, it will read each and every text from that list and store it into text. Actually, this is a variable. So it will capture the first test. I think in the last class, I have shown you the execution part. Same procedure here also. Let me repeat once again. So here, the drop down options dot all text contents, right? From this, first it will get the first text and store in here. And the same text will be added here. And the second time, another text will be read into the text variable that will be added here. And the third time, another text, same thing will be added here. So why we are using strip method here, especially because whenever you read the text content, sometimes you may have spaces before and after. So it will trim the spaces and it will capture exact text from the element. So for that, we have used the strip method. This is there in the strip. So this is there in the list collection method actually. So we are reading each and every text content, storing into the test. This is a for loop variable. And that we are again going to add into the text. And this is going to store in options text. So this options text is also a list collection actually. So once you get all the options into this, all the option text into option text variable, then we can write a looping statement directly, or else you can directly print this also. Because this is a simple list collection, I'm just printing the option text. So we'll see how it is going to print. Let me run this first. Okay, so yes, now we can look at this. So we got all the country names inside the list collection in the form of text. Okay, so now we want to print them individually using a looping statement, using loop statement, print countries using a loop. Very simple, because we have a list collection, right? So for option in options underscore text, from the text we are getting all the options one by one. So from the options text, again we are getting each and every option into individually, but here we will get group, not individual. But here we are just printing individual groups. I say print option. Option is a directly text, so we no need to do anything else. Directly we can print option. So by using looping statement also, we can just print all the options in the console variable. Yes, text is just a variable to store the data inside the for loop. Okay. So now you can see previously it is just printed only in the form of list. And by using for loop, we can extract one by one. Okay. So this is just for understanding purpose. In interview perspective, they can ask like this, how to extract specific element and how to extract all the elements like that. So this is how we can handle single selected dropdown. It's very simple and straightforward. And we need to check, or we can select the value. This is an action method, and we can put one assertion on count. Okay, as I said before, after selecting the value, we cannot verify which values got selected in the dropdown. So because in Playwright Python, especially, they provided assertions only for UI, not for the values. So data validation we cannot do because we don't have such type of assertion provided. But in TypeScript, Playwright, TypeScript and JavaScript is supported. Python, even Java also, it is not supported because Playwright supported Java also, right? So Playwright Java, Playwright Python. In these combination, they have not provided assertions for value validations. Okay. Right. So now this is single selected dropdown. And let's go to the multi-selected dropdown. And why they have not provided? Because PyTest is having their own assertions. Even when you're working with Java, TestNG they will use. So TestNG is having their own assertions. Okay. So that's the reason they have not provided. That's what I'm thinking. But when you go to TypeScript and JavaScript, we don't have assertion concept there. So Playwright is provided value assertions, especially by using chai library. So there is a special JavaScript library available, which is called chai library. So from that, it is acquired all the assertions and provided value-based assertions. Okay. All right. So now let us see how we can handle multi-selected dropdown. So even multi-selected dropdown also, we have a same type of options, but little bit different because we can select multiple options there. Here we can select only one option, but there we can select multiple options. Let me show you that. This is test underscore. What we will do, simple. So if you want to do data validation, we have already extracted these options, right? Uh, Again, I'm saying we cannot validate. Let's say, for example, here there are multiple options are there. In these options, you can check a particular country is listed or not. So let us say there are many options. In this, France is present or not. On visibility of the France, we can check by using PyTest assertion. Okay, why? Because we have already captured all the options text. Okay, so here you can simply write a searching logic. As soon as this option is equal to France, then assert true. Like that, you can put one PyTest assertion. But again, the visibility test is not possible here because as soon as you selected some option here, then I want to check this particular box is got selected with Germany. That I cannot validate. Okay, because there are multiple options are automatically associated with this dropdown. And even to have text, to have value is also not supported. Why? Because this dropdown itself is one element and these options are different elements. Okay, suppose these options are not different, then there is a possibility. But to have text, to have value, so those methods also we cannot use to check that value which is present in the dropdown. So all options are not there. Will make you can use index or visible text kind of thing. So label we have I have shown you a label, right? So by using label you can select even if you have 100 elements in the list, we can easily capture all those options. Even though just by writing proper CSS we can capture all the options. Okay, even 100 200 doesn't matter. And by using looping statement we can read each and every option, compare with your expected value, and whenever is matching done, you can put one PyTest assertion then. Okay, that is a procedure. Okay. Now let us see the multi-selected dropdown. Test underscore multi-select. Multi-selected dropdown. It is exactly the same as single select. Let me copy the same test. So this is test multi-selector drop-down. Same page I'm using. Let me remove all these things. Multi-selector drop-down. Again, in the same page, again, if you just scroll down, we have a different colors here. So we can select one multiple options. By pressing Control key, we can select multiple options. Let's say red, green, yellow, like this. Randomly, we can select whichever option you want. Multi-selector drop-down. Okay, so now let's see how we can select multiple options from the drop-down. Select multiple options from the drop-down. Again, three different ways here also. Three ways: by using label, by using value, by using index. But syntax will be a little bit different because we want to provide multiple labels, multiple values, multiple indexes. Okay. So whenever I'm saying multiple, we always representing the multiple with which collection? List collection. By default, list collection. Okay. So if you want to choose multiple options by using multiple labels, those labels we have to keep inside the list collection, list. Similarly, if you want to select multiple options using value attributes, then all the values you need to keep inside the list. Same thing indexes. If you want to provide multiple indexes for multiple options, you need to put them in the list. That's the only difference. So let's see first label page dot locator. And this time I'm taking another select box. I say colors, right? So this is the colors. Select, this is the one. And ID is there. So we can directly get this element using ID hash colors. One element matching. Go back. So this is the element. Right from this, we want to select multiple options using label. Same method again, select option. So even single select or multi-select, we have only one option called select underscore option. So normally in the label, what we will do, we will directly specify the label in the double quotes. But this time we want to specify multiple labels. So we need to keep them in the list box. Here we can pass exact same lowercase, uppercase, not exactly whichever way they have provided label in the same case we need to provide comma. Next value I want to select blue, comma. Then I want to select green. So you can pass multiple options like this. This is one approach. And this is by default label. By label. So whatever the things I provided in this list, these are all labels. Another option is by specifying the label keyword also you can pass. So this is all list I will represent with a variable called label. I can say LEB, label. So here the label is a keyword. Label equal to, you can specify all the labels. This is singular label. Is equal to, you can put all the labels in the bracket. So this is also by using label. So we can select multiple options from the drop down. So let's go and execute this now. Okay, I'm putting headed mode, apply, okay, and then run it. So I've selected three colors actually. So yes, now you can see red, blue, green, all three have got selected. I think they are in the proper sequence. They have selected. Even if you just specify the randomly, you can select random numbers or random values. So this is a one approach using label. The next one is using value. Page dot locator hash colors dot select option. Same. So how we can specify the values? Value. And here you have to provide the keyword. So without keyword, it is not accepting in multi-selected dropdown especially. But if we go back to the single selected dropdown, we can specify the value directly in the double quote or by using keyword. Okay, but when you're working with a multi-selected dropdown, you have to write a keyword called value. And all the values you should put in the double quotations. That is the procedure. So we need to use value equal to, here we can specify the value. So let's say I want to select red, comma, and white, comma, say green. So three values. These are all values. Okay, you should specify the value keyword. You must specify the value keyword. So otherwise it is not allowed. By values. Okay, now let us check it. Multi-select. Yeah, now we have selected randomly red, green, and white. So random values have been selected. And this is one approach. Label by value. So now final one is indexes. For index also, we need to specify the index keyword. Yes, values are case sensitive. Even labels also case sensitive. Okay, values and labels also case sensitive. Exact case you need to provide. And the next option, page dot locator hash colors dot index. Select option, and again for index also we have to provide the index keyword, and you can pass indexes here by separating comma numbers. Let's say I want to select second one and fourth one. Two values I want to select, two options I want to select. And remember guys, when you are using value or index, in both the cases the keyword is must when you're working with the multi-selected dropdown. Okay, but only the label case, the label is optional here. But when you go to single select, label is optional, value is also optional, index is mandatory. Index is mandatory for every both single or multi-select. The keyword is mandatory. But in multi-select, value is also mandatory. But in single select, the label is optional, value is also optional. Yes, you can give order. Order is not important. Okay, so whichever order you want to give. Suppose I'm selecting 4 comma 2. That's still fine. Okay, order is also, you can whichever order you want, you can just select. Running it. So I given 4, 2. Now 4 is got first selected, then 2 is got second is 2 is selected. Okay, so you can put whichever order you want. So these are the options. 3 different ways: using label, using values, using index by index. So all the labels we need to keep inside the list, and also values we have to keep inside the list, and even indexes also we need to keep inside the list. So that's how we can select multiple values from the drop down. Again, same procedure, how to count a number of options. In the single select, how we have done, in the same way, multi-select also we can do. So now I want to count a number of options. So we need to write a proper CSS. Hash colors, one element, given greater than an option. This is matching with 7 elements, means 7 options are there. So get this locator and use it. Page.locator, and this is returning group of options. Group of options. And I'm storing into a variable drop down underscore options. So once we get this drop down options, we can count how many are there. One assertion you can put here. So expect drop down options dot to have count. To have count, how many are there? 7. So this is how we can put assertion. And again, if you want to read each and every option, and if you want to print, same procedure, whichever procedure we followed here in the single select, same procedure. So there is no difference. So let's execute and see. This is multi-select. Okay, done. So then my assertion is got passed. So total number of options are 7. So this is multi-selected dropdown. Okay, so now let me show you few things. Interview point of view, a few things are important. Sometimes we should also check the options are in sorted or unsorted order. So if I look at here, sorted list. So in this particular drop down, this is again multi-select drop down. So all these elements in the sorted list. So all the options are arranged in the sorted order, in ascending order. And the colors is unsorted list. These options are not unsorted. So we need to check the options are sorted order or not. The options are sorted order or not. That we need to check. So simply during interview, they will ask, write a simple logic for that. Okay, so let's see how we can check the drop down elements or options are in sorted order or not. Okay, so let's go and create another example. So test underscore sorted drop down. Okay, same script I'm just copying from here. Remove all these things. Okay, so now the same page. Now we want to check the drop down options are in sorted order or not. So whichever drop down options we are going to check, we need to capture those options first. Okay, so I'm just getting the options from the first. Let us see the colors, because this is unsorted list, and the same logic we will apply for sorted list. Okay, so both the boxes I'm going to deal with now. So first let us take the colors itself and check these options are sorted or not. Obviously these are not sorted, and the sorted list options, these are all sorted. So that we need to find out through our logic. So let's capture these options from the colors. So how we need to capture this? Go and inspect, go to selector hub, and the name of the drop down is colors. Hash colors, hash colors, and I say greater than options. So this is giving 0 element and not options. It is just option. Okay, 7 elements. They are actually not sorted order, that we need to check whether it's sorted or not. So I'm taking this one first, page dot locator, and this is a one. So this is actually what? This is unsorted. Colors is what? This is a unsorted list. Also, I'm taking another drop down. Let us take this sorted list, okay, and inspect this element. And there is ID called animal. So with this ID, we can look at this element. Hash animals, one element, and say options, option, and 10 elements are matching. So this is animals drop down, which is sorted. That also I'm locating. Page dot locator, specify this. This is sorted list. I'm taking unsorted and also sorted list. Both the list I'm taking. This is the one and this is the one. So I want to check the sorted list is sorted properly or not. Unsorted is unsorted or not. Okay, so first we will deal with and I'm storing this options in a variable. I'm creating one variable. I say drop down underscore options. Okay, I'm taking this variable. I'm trying to use one drop down first. Let us take this one first. Okay, unsorted list I'm taking first. Okay, so we captured all the options from this drop down, and I want to capture the option text values, right? Until unless we capture the text values of these options, we cannot check they have sorted or not. So we need to extract them. So again, the same approach. Previously, we have used one for loop inside the list, right? Same thing. So I'm using text dot strip method. Better to use strip method always, so that it will trim all the spaces for text in and the drop down options. And how to capture all the text for every option? What is the method? Dot all text contents. All text contents. So this will return all the text content one by one into a set, and this is again trimmed here and storing into another variable called options underscore text. Options underscore text. Okay, now by using this, we need to deal everything. So we capture all the options text in the variable. So once we capture this, this is actually what? This is actually versional list, versional order, right? This is having versional order. So what I will do is I will just maintain this list separately, but I want to copy this list. Copy this list into another variable called, I call it as a original list. So what I have done here is I've just captured all the text, option text into variable, and versional order only. Okay, so in whichever order the options are arranged here, on the same order, I capture everything into this. And I'm making another copy of this. Okay, because list is mutable or immutable. Because if you do some action here, will this impact the original one? Yes or no? No. Okay. So we are just taking another copy of this option text. This is the original list. This is the original list. Now how we can make it sorted list? So this is original list. Okay. The options list I copied and maintaining another variable. Now I'm taking the same options text. I want to sort them. I want to sort them. So how we can do sort? So we have a method called sorted, specify the list, and that I'm going to store in the sorted list, sorted underscore list. So this is a predefined function, guys. Sorted is a predefined function, predefined function. So when you pass a list collection inside this sorted method, this will be sorted and store them in another variable. Now we have a original list and a sorted list. If both are equal, then what is our expectation? If both are equal, then we can simply confirm the list is sorted, right? If both are not equal, for example, if both are not equal, then we can confirm they are not sorted. So that is simple logic, guys. Okay. So this options list is a list collection where we maintain everything into this. And we are taking two copies of them. So one copy is having original list and another copy means after sorting, we are making another copy actually. This is before sorting, this is after sorting. So before sorting and after sorting, if the values are exactly the same, right? If the lists are both are same, then we can confirm the list is sorted order, right? So how we can compare the two lists? How can we check the equality of the two lists? Equality. So let's say I have one list called 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Another list is also having 1, 2, 3. How we can check the equality of the list? Simple, using double equal to we can check. Suppose let me print first before checking. Print a original list. Printing original list. And again I'm printing sorted list. Sorted list. So this is our sorted list. So before assertion, before comparing, I'm just trying to print them and see how it is going to print. So again, go to run configuration, run in header mode. Apply, say okay. Okay, so now let's see. So we are capture all the options and making as one original list, one sorted list. So we are not performing any action for now. It is just capturing the data. All right, now we can see this is the original list. This is the exact order the sorted list is maintaining. And after sorting, actually, this is the order. This is a sorted order. But are they matching both? No. If they are not matching, what does it mean? That is not sorted actually. That is not sorted. Okay, let us apply the same logic for the sorted dropdown. So let us apply this. Let me enable this and comment this. Same. This time I'm taking sorted dropdown, sorted list. So this time both the lists should have same element, same arrangement. When I run this again, see it should be equal now because I'm taking the sorted elements, sorted dropdown. Yes. Look at this. This is the original list and this is the sorted list. See the element first, cat, cheetah, deer, same. So that means what? The original elements and sorted elements are exactly the same order. So we can confirm this particular drop down is a sorted drop down. Yeah, they are pre-sorted actually. Okay, so this, if you look at the sorted list, this is pre-sorted, already sorted. The first one is not sorted. So that's the reason I have done the same logic, apply the same logic for both the drop downs. In the first drop down, original and sorted list is not matching. In the first second one, it is matching. Means what? Which one is sorted one? The second one is a sorted one. First one is a not sorted one. So how we can confirm that? By comparing original and sorted. Now we can write one if condition. If the original list equal to the sorted list, so then we can simply say drop down is sorted order, or you can say drop down options are sorted order if they are equal. Else, if they are not equal, print drop down options are not sorted, not sorted order. We are not sorting while testing, right? Only checking if sort. Yes, we are just checking sorted or not. That's it. Actually, we are not sorting actually. So why we are taking this help of sorting method here is because the original and after sorting, there should be comparison, right? How we will know whether it's sorted or not? As soon as you see this box, how we will know whether they are sorted or not? We don't know, right? We need to apply the logic. Sorted method we need to apply. So once we apply the sorted method, then we will get the sorted list. So original list and sorted list, if both are equal, then we can confirm the drop down options are sorted order. This is simple logic. Okay. Why we are sorting the options? Because we want to know those options are sorted or not. If I don't know, if you don't sort it yourself here, how you will confirm whether it's sorted or not? By just seeing only original list. Okay, so that's not possible. So we need to take the help of sort method. Now we will apply the same logic for sorted list and also unsorted list. So let us see the first one again. Let me comment. Okay, so comment the, okay, let us try this. So sorted list I'm applying. So this logic I'm applying for the sorted dropdowns. Dropdown is already sorted. So I just want to check it, run it. So we're not doing any action on this UI. We're just capturing the options and checking they are sorted order or not. See now dropdowns options are sorted order because we have taken sorted list itself. So it is confirming. Similarly, if I take this one, second one is actually unsorted order. So our logic should check it actually. Let me run it. Okay. Yes. Now I can see both are exactly same order. Original list and sorted list is equal. Then we can say drop down options are not, sorry, this is different. So this is unsorted list we have taken. So you can see the order is different. Red, blue, green and blue, green, green. So the order is different. So they are not in the sorted order. So you can do like this. And if you want to put PyTest assertion, you can put it here. Along with this, simply you can write asset true. Asset true. This is PyTest assertion, guys. Okay, this is PyTest assertion. But in the Playwright report, this won't be reported actually. And here you can say asset false. Asset false. This is actually PyTest assertions. Okay. If it is true, then the test will pass. If it is fail, then test will fail. So you can add this, but this is optional. I'm just saying, you're not recommended to use PyTest assertions here. Okay, so this is simple logic which we can apply for single select and a multi select. Right, so understood everyone so far? So they are very simple and straightforward. So there is no much thing in this. Simple select and multi select. So there are built-in methods we can use. Yes, here we are sorting it actually. This is the logic, okay? So we are taking the unsorted list. I'm sorting it. Why? Because we want to sort it. See, this is a logic, guys. Let me explain one more thing. Think you have not understood this. I'm just checking this. Let's say 2, 3, 1, 4. I have given this list. I have asked you check this is sorted or not. How we will know? How we will say this is sorted list or not? Ascending order or not? How we will say generally? You will compare the values, right? So you have to know first what is the sorted order, then only you can check it. So as per your understanding, what is the sorted order? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our understanding, right? This is, if the elements are in like this is actual sorted order. If you know this thing, until unless you know this thing, you cannot check or you cannot know this is in sorted order or not, right? So before telling this is a sorted order, you have to know actually what is sorted order. So then you will compare both. If both are equal, then you can say sorted order. If both are not equal, then not a sorted order. That's the logic. So that's the reason we are maintaining the original list in one variable. And we need to also know the sorted elements. So how we will get the sorted elements? If we apply this sorted method, then you will get the sorted elements. Now we have this one and also this one. So then we can compare both and we can tell if both are equal, it is sorted. If both are not equal, then it is unsorted. So this is the logic. Okay, so this is ascending order. And if you want to check the descending order, again, you have to reverse the list. Reverse, list reverse. You need to write a looping statement, looping logic. Do you have a reverse function in the list? Reverse. Can check it actually. Yes. So let's see, in the sorted method, can say reverse equal to, do we have that option? Reverse equal to true. I forgot this actually. True. If you have this option, you can use it, or else no. I think, yeah, true is uppercase. Yeah, you can specify this. Okay, you can specify this. So then it will compare the values in descending order. So this is the option which is having. Here it is not applicable, but because in the drop down, the options are in ascending order only. So that's the reason this won't work in this particular case, in this example especially. But if the elements are in descending state or descending order in the UI, then you can verify that these elements are in descending order or not. And in that case, you can use this one. Okay. So this is a simple logic, guys. So now based on these two, I'll give one assignment for today's class. You guys can try this. Yes, only after sorting we can reverse. So we have seen this actually during Python sessions. Please go through my list collection class. You will understand this. Okay, I have explained all these functions: reverse sorting, ascending order, descending order, strings, numbers. So string methods, all the list methods, list functions I have explained. There is one dedicated session for that. So please go through this. You will understand how we can work with the list collection especially. Okay. So there is one assignment you guys can try today. Go back to this application. This is bstackdemo.com. So this is application. I will also ping in the chat box. So what you need to do is, here you can see so many products along with the titles and titles and along with the prices. So in this, what you need to do is, first of all, you need to check this particular drop down here. You can see this. This is a visible or not, or enabled or not. You need to check. That's the first validation. And after that, you need to select this option, lowest to highest. Select the lowest to highest. This is simple select drop down. Select an option. So once you selected, all the products are arranged in ascending order with prices. Based on the price, all the products are arranged in the ascending order. So first you can see the first product is the lowest price and the last product is the highest price. Okay. So you need to select this lowest to highest, then you will see all the products from lowest to highest. That's one thing. So next thing is, you need to just print all the title of the product and the price of the product. For each product, you need to print the title and the price of the product. So how we can achieve this? You need to first capture all the titles of the products, maintaining the one collection list, and capture all the prices of the elements, prices of the product, and maintain another list. So you need to maintain two different lists. One list contains the name of the product, another list contains the only prices of the product. And after that, By using a looping statement, you need to just print product name and a title, one after another. Let's say first I want to print the title of this product and price. After that, title of the second product and price. Title of the third product and the price. Like this, you need to print titles of all the products along with prices of all the products. And after that validation, you need to print the lowest price product, and you need to also print highest priced product, because you will maintain the list also, right? So just you need to apply one slicing operator, from that you can get it. So lowest price product and highest price product you need to get. That's the last thing you need to do. So in this assignment, you don't do any assertions, but you need to just print the output. So what I'm expecting from this. So I'm again go through each and every step. I provide the document also, step by step what you have to do. First, open the page, then locate the order by drop down element. As I said here, locate it and check which is visible or enabled or not. So that's the next one. So locate order by drop down and asset that it is visible or enabled. And after that, you need to sort the products. For sorting, you don't need to do anything. Just you need to select the option from lowest to highest. If you select this option, products are automatically sorted. You don't need to apply any specific logic for that. So after that, select the lowest to highest option from the drop down, and then all products will be sorted. And then you need to extract the product data, like all prices, each and every product price and each and every product name. And after that, you need to print price and name of each and every product using looping statement. And finally, you need to also print the lowest priced product and the highest priced product. So these are the steps. I will provide the solution also, but you need to do this your own. Simple logic, very simple, nothing new in this. Based upon today's class only, you have to do this. And there's another assignment. This you can do tomorrow session. Tomorrow I will discuss about auto suggested drop down, along with the hidden elements, how to handle hidden elements. So such type of drop downs you cannot inspect. Suppose here you will able to easily inspect these drop downs. You can see and you can inspect each and every option. If you right click on this drop down, you can go and see everything in HTML. Here you can see all the options. But these options dynamically displayed here. You cannot capture or you cannot inspect these option elements. So such type of drop downs are hidden drop downs. And sometimes auto suggestions automatically comes. So they are a little bit complex. They are called as a bootstrap drop downs actually. So we will see that in the next class. And after that, you can try the second assignment. Okay. So once I started discussing about bootstrap and auto suggest drop down, tomorrow class, and then you can try second exercise. And for today's class, you have to do this based upon today's class. Okay. So that is all about today's class. I'm stopping here. Tomorrow we will continue this.